Good morning peeps, how are we all doing? It's lovely out here. Sun was out earlier, it's just come over a little bit overcast this morning, but definite tabbing weather, yeah, nice and cool. Anyway, so this is an update on my Combatstress challenge. Obviously I went out last Monday and did 8 miles. Loved it, absolutely loved it. Didn't love it on Tuesday morning, you know. I woke up on Tuesday morning with a bit of sciatica to the point that I couldn't move my right leg properly. So being the person that I am, I've rested it up, made sure everything's okay, and I'm back out this morning. So, a couple of people I want to mention. First off, this tab is dedicated to my mate Keith. Let's tab 59. Yeah, what he did with his challenge on his 28.8 challenge was absolutely amazing. Yeah, well done Keith. Really, really proud of what he did. And the bit down on the beach, that was brilliant. Loved that. Absolutely loved it. The other person I want to mention is the Sapper Prepper, Charlie. Now, I actually went out yesterday from my house. I've had an old canter fridge that me and Lisa bought years ago for our caravan. It was the wrong size. A bit too big for our caravan. And we've had it in our garage for the last sort of 2 years, I think, maybe a bit more. And Charlie has now moved into his new bungalow and obviously needs to get stuff. Well, in my eyes, it sat in my shed doing nothing. So I popped out and met up with Charlie yesterday. What the hell's going on here? Met up with him yesterday, yeah, to drop it off. So it was great to meet up with Charlie at last. As it's always good to meet up with any of my subscribers. Yeah, like when we went down to Jackdaw, met quite a few great lads. The other one, the steak detective. Yeah, he was down at Jackdaw last year, brought some wonderful sauces along, kept us all entertained, you know, with all the food that we had. But if you haven't popped over and looked at his website or his YouTube channel, pop over there and have a look. He's also got a little shop where you can buy any of these sauces. So yeah, dig into there. The other one is Greencraft. Yeah, it does a lot to do with outdoor living. Let's put it that way. Survival techniques and everything, and equipment. Does a good sort of synopsis on equipment that he believes might be of use to you. So have a look at his site as well. I'll put a link into all of these in the description of this video. So like I say, I did 8 miles last Monday, so I've got to catch up. So I'm doing a 5 miler today, and I'll probably do another 5 mile or an 8 mile on Thursday, and then try and get the other 2 miles in so I'm up to speed with the 10 miles per week. But as Keith had put in there in the comment from the last one, when I said about the fact that I picked up an injury, yeah, take it easy, and that's what I've done. There's nothing worse than getting yourself into an injury state and then making matters worse. I did that many years ago. I used to play hockey for the army, and what happened was we were playing against the RAF and I tore the ligaments in my right ankle, which I went down like a sack of spuds. And I was supposed to recuperate. I was supposed to stay off it for up to 6 weeks, and I kept getting my officer commanding at the time going on about something like when you finally want to get out and do some fizz. And stupidly, I did. I went out, went for a run with the boys in the woods behind the barracks in Vale, and they ended up carrying me back because I'd made matters worse. Instead of being off for 6 weeks, I ended up being off for 6 months. So I learnt a valuable lesson there. So if you are feeling an injury or anything like that, you're a runner or something like that, yeah, don't go and make matters worse. Realise that your body's trying to tell you that you need to slow things down a bit. It's a bit like after my stroke, I realised I had to slow things down. And if any of you have seen the videos of me when I was tabbing before, I used to go out a fair old lick. But having the stroke taught me another valuable lesson. Yeah, Nobs, you're 60 odd, it's time to slow things down. So that's what I do. I mean, Lisa still has a go at me about the fact that I still carry this Bergen on my back. It weighs about £30, but I wear it because I enjoy it. I enjoy the tabbing and tabbing the way that I do. So yeah, we're going to go down to the reservoir again today and just do a nice gentle 5 miler this morning. I was going to be joined by one of the people in the village here. However, he suddenly had a load of meetings that got pushed on him over the weekend. Hopefully Jake's going to come out with me on Thursday. And Jake, yeah, is one of the staff of a youth organisation that I thought had disbanded years ago. It wasn't until I came to the village of Mount Sorrel that I realised they were still about. But one of the things about youth organisations, everyone goes on about the fact that there's nothing for the kids to do. Well, there's nothing for the kids to do if you're not willing to go out and look around. Yeah, there are organisations that not only will it be enjoyable for the kids, but they'll also get a few qualifications. I know when I was a civilian instructor with the what was the Air Training Corps, which is now the RAF cadets, it was a case of they were getting B-checks and stuff, yeah, while they were still learning as cadets. Good morning, sir. Yeah, B-checks, they were learning to fly, yeah, which when you consider how much it costs nowadays for you to get flying lessons, with the Air Training Corps or RAF cadets as they are now, or Air Cadets or whatever it is called nowadays, they keep changing the name. But you virtually get to learn to fly for free. Now, how many kids out there, if you turn around and said to them, how would you like flying lessons? I bet you there's quite a few. Yeah, I'll have some of that. Well, get yourself down to the local Air Cadets and see what you can do for them. Yeah, it's either free or very minimal cost. Yeah, so it's not the expensive route to learn how to fly. They'll end up flying gliders and also powered aircraft. Then you've got what I was in for years, the Army Cadet Force. Now, I cannot advocate the Army Cadet Force enough, mainly because of what they did for me as a kid. Yeah, I learned so much as a cadet, and when I see videos of the Army Cadet Forces, Sea Cadets and everything like that on YouTube, it's an absolute joy, it really is. So to turn around and say there's nothing for the kids, yeah, there's nothing for the kids if you're not willing to help them go and find something. Yeah, so if you're one of those parents and you think there's nothing for the kids, have a look around. I'm pretty sure you'll find there's something. So like I say, this is day 4 of my challenge. And so as I said before, 10 miles throughout the month of March, but I'm going to be doing 10 miles a week through the month of March. And at the minute, I've done 18. Yes, I did 2 5-milers and the 8-miler last Monday. So again, another 8-miler today, 5-miler today. Yeah, so that's going to clock me out to about 23 miles. And then obviously I need to catch up on those last 2 miles that sadly I couldn't do. But we'll get there, that's the main thing. And it's one of the things I'm a bit dog-eared in that. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. Anyway, I'm going to leave you people. Have a wonderful day. Ignore all the crap that's going on in the world at the moment. Yeah, just put it in the back of your mind. There's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, it's the same with all these protesters at the weekend. I'm sorry, but there's nothing you can do. You protesting in London ain't going to prove nothing. But have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. And if you're new to my channel and you want to consider get my teeth in, consider subscribing, please feel free to do so. Not telling you what to do, we don't do that on this channel, do we? No, we don't, we ask you to consider it. And if you do end up subscribing, just drop me a little message, let me know who you are, and I'll reply back to you. So take care everyone, stay safe, and as me and Keith always say, let's tab.